Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. My name's Jake. It's not Thursday, but I do have a new beer here for you. You can find me at tubajake_69 at Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and at Instagram. You can find me at tubajake_. Don't forget to tell me your stories. I like to hear them. Hopefully you do too, because I'm going to tell you stories. I like to hear yours so that then I've got more stories to tell about other people. It's super fun. You should get in on this. It's a blast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because when you do, it means that I get to be seen by more people, and I like that. Let's do that. So anyway, the beer that I've got for you today is by BrewDog. It's called BrewDog Bushwood beer. It says it's brewed in Ohio. It's a crisp Pilsner, 5% alcohol by volume. It's the Bushwood Caddyshack beer, which sounds pretty good. I like Caddyshack. I'll probably like this, right? That's how that works, yeah? I hope. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so it's a Pilsner. It should be light and clear and a little bit bitter, but mostly sweet. It should fit in my Pilsner glass. My come and go glass is getting very worn out. Probably because I like so many Pilsners. They're so good. I like them a lot. That's a lot I had to go on there, which is fine. We'll let that go down. This looks really good. What else is it supposed to be? Not murky. I wonder why this is not... Pilsners are generally clear. Pilsners look like Budweisers, generally. See what else it tastes like. Okay, so the head of a beer is a really good way to find out how it tastes, because you're getting not just the taste of the beer from the outside of the bubbles, but the smell of the beer is going all up in your business, because there's air in there as you are biting, generally biting on this head. So what I'm getting is mostly exactly what you'd want to get at a golf course. It's light, refreshing. Supposed to get those at the golf course. What I was kind of hoping for is more of like an Arnold Palmer, which I'm getting a hint of lemon in this, which is very nice. I'm not sure if that's what they're going for, but that's a thing that you can get out of the hops and the malt. Just a hint of lemon, which would be really nice for this, seeing as how it's labeled as Bushwood. I made sure to take a very nice picture. Looking back at my picture that I've got framed back there, that's done by Emily Riesig, I think that's the name. She's the sister of the Riesig brothers. They do a bunch of stuff. TheCHIVE is probably their main one that you've probably heard of. And then also Atmosphere, if you've been to a bar from 2018 or so on, any place that has that constant loop of weird videos playing, they decided that was going to be a thing. Like things that you don't have to have audio for to watch the video. That's their idea, which is a pretty good idea. Let's be real here. Oddly enough, they also have a very large link back to Bushwood. Their biggest seller is t-shirts and whatnot. I don't do many of I've done some of their t-shirts on here, but their big ones are of Bill Murray. They're classic. I do definitely have one, and I wear it a lot, and it's super light and kind of worn out. But I still wear it because it looks amazing. But it's a picture of Bill Murray. And when they started doing it, they were like, hey, we're going to do this. Let us know if that's not okay. And he didn't let them know. So they did it. And then they started making a lot of money, and they were putting some aside for Bill. They were just like, hey, let us know if you want anything for this. And he didn't, is how I understand that. Until he did. And then he was like, hey, come to my golf outing and promote it. And they did. And at that point in time, the THECHIVE was pretty big. It was just before they started doing their concerts and whatnot, and it was a big time thing. They launched the William Murray Golf stuff just after that, which is a lot of really cool stuff. I've got a button down from those guys, and it's very nice. When I got it, I was too round to wear it. Pulled at the seams pulled at the buttons all the time. I did not like it, but it was comfortable. Even though I was pulling at the not the seams, it was pulling at the buttons all the time. Comfortable. And then another month or two later, I was good. At that point, I was working out a little bit more than I had been. Got down to like my lowest, which was nice. But I hadn't been doing sit-ups or push-ups or anything like that at that point either. So I started doing sit-ups and push-ups, and now I'm back up. But I can still wear that shirt because I'm a little bit trimmer, but I'm a little bit bigger around. Which, I suppose that's fine. So, what's this like? What beer is this like? What beer does this remind me of? I'd like to say Budweiser. It does not. This one's a little bit lighter than Budweiser. More refreshing. It's drier than a Budweiser. Like a Miller Lite. A little bit less soapy than a Miller Lite. Because if you ever noticed that when you have actually, this is super close to an MGD, Miller Genuine Draft, super close to that, if I remember correctly. I had a teacher in high school. He was a teacher in my high school. He was our musical director and stuff like that. Mr. Murdoch was a pretty cool dude. Did some, well, I mean, his questionable thing in college was joining the Teaks, but he was a really good guy, and his son and my younger brother were very good friends. So I got to know him a little bit, and when he passed, his son was like, hey, let's get a bunch of MGD and we'll drink that, because that's what my dad liked. So we got a bunch of MGD and we drank that, and I think I might still have one of those in my fridge behind me, but it was pretty good. I don't drink Miller a lot, mostly because my dad always says it tastes like soap, which I have gotten in High Life Light. Not my favorite thing, but they had a really good deal at that at the store at one point in time, and I got 2 12-packs and drank it over the course of a weekend, and was sorry that I did, because it did not taste good ever. Usually if it's got a weird taste, you can work your way through it. This was not one of those things. It didn't get you drunk enough to work your way through the weird beer, and it did not taste good enough to keep you drinking it. Did I finish it? I was 22. Of course I finished it. So really, let's be real here. Those were the stories that I had for you today too. With the resigs and the story about the Miller Lite. That's what I got for you. I do have a quote for you. This one is from Voltaire. He said, common sense is not so common. Common sense is not so common. You'd think people would know things. They probably don't. Or they seem like they don't, at the very least. Let's go with that. To make this happier, hopefully. I mean, what else did Voltaire say? Voltaire's Candide. He said, live life eternal, not at breakneck speed. That could have just been Jimmy Pop, though. Anyway, don't forget, you can find me at TubaJake_69 at Untapped YouTube and Twitter. And on Instagram, you can find me at TubaJake because _69 will take you to a dead page that hopefully doesn't post anything. Let me know if it does, because it shouldn't be. Don't forget to tell me your stories. I like to hear them. Hopefully you do too, because that's how people get to hear about me. And I'm great, right? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because I like to hear about all of this stuff and know that you're watching or listening or seeing all of this. So anyway, I'll see you next time. When you got time for a beer.